looking at the numbers. Perspective now from Democratic Senator Tammy Duckworth. She sits on the Armed Services and Foreign Relations Committee. We spoke shortly before air. Senator, you and at least 10 other Democratic senators have signed a letter for Defense Secretary Hegseth and the Air Force Secretary asking for details on the cost of retrofitting this plane from Qatar, how long it will take, the counterintelligence risks involved, and how they're going to mitigate them. Do you think you're actually going to get any straight answers on this?
Well, I wanted to be sure to be on the record for the American people to understand exactly what it's going to take to make this aircraft operationally ready to fly the President of the United States. I hope that we'll get some answers from them. We're going to continue to push to make sure that they do. I'd like to get some Republican colleagues on board, and maybe if that happens, we'll get some answers. But frankly, it can be a counterintelligence risk. It can be an operational risk to accept an aircraft from a foreign government.
I mean, he's saying this is a $400 million free gift. In this letter, you're saying this could cost as much as $1 billion to get up to presidential standards and safety requirements and counterintelligence standards.
Exactly, Anderson. We have been talking to aviation experts, and they're saying in order to strip the aircraft down to the level it would need to be stripped, to make sure that there are no counterintelligence gathering devices that have been planted on board, but then also to make sure that we harden the aircraft to Air Force One standards, it could cost $1 billion. So this is by no means a fair gift. And by the way, the American people are already paying for Air Force Ones to be built. And so, this is going to end up costing us a lot more money.
David Axelrod said the other night that this plane is a bribe, full stop. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely. This is absolutely a bribe of Donald Trump, and he's shown that he can be bought. And frankly, it's shameful that the President of the United States would accept a gift from any nation that is of this magnitude in order to curry favor with him.
If the President were to just to say, look, I don't want to wait 2 years for this to be retrofitted. I don't want to have that money spent. I'm just going to fly in it as Air Force One as quickly as possible. Would that happen? Could that happen? I mean, is there anything Congress could do about that?
Well, I guess it could happen. I mean, this president is not listening to Congress. The only way it could happen is if my Republican colleagues would step up and grow a backbone and stand up to this administration. We could probably prevent him from doing it. But for right now, he could probably fly in this. But again, it would be dangerous because we would not know that it was hardened enough to fly the President of the United States. We would not know that there were not devices on there to gather intelligence against the United States. And by the way, he wants to, at the end of this, give this aircraft to his own presidential library so the American people would still be out an Air Force One. This is not a cost savings. In fact, this is sticking the American people with at least $1 billion in additional costs.
Yeah, I have not heard any really actual justification for him for actually taking the plane once he would leave the White House. I mean, even if you accept that, okay, fine, he's going to take the plane, why wouldn't that stay with the Pentagon or for the next president?
It should stay with the Pentagon. If it becomes Air Force One, then it belongs to the American people, and it's not his decision whether or not he can give it to, his own presidential library. That's not how this works.
And just lastly, the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, she's fired the two top career officials leading the National Intelligence Council, which is an analytical group whose role it is to assess the biggest national security threats facing the U.S. According to a DNI spokesperson, the director is working alongside President Trump to end the weaponization and politicization of the intelligence community. Is this related, you think, to some leaks that occurred? How do you interpret this?
Well, that's what she's saying, but frankly, if anybody is politicizing and weaponizing political appointments, it's her. It's the Trump administration. They're the ones that are, anytime somebody speaks up against their political strategies or speaks up for the truth, they get walked out of the building. We just had that happen with the acting FEMA director, somebody that Trump had appointed, got walked out when he responded to, in a hearing, that, you know what, we probably shouldn't get rid of and abolish FEMA. Now what we're seeing is a gutting of our intelligence apparatus. You've got somebody who's unqualified for her job in Tulsi Gabbard, and now she's getting rid of some of the most capable people, career professionals that are well respected within the intelligence community, and we're going to be putting Americans at risk. We're going to put our troops who are in harm's way at risk because we're not going to have the intelligence gathering expertise available the way we did if those two individuals could stay.
Senator Tammy Duckworth, thank you.
Thank you.